talk about FedEx a lot here at Route Consultant. It's where we got started and built our foundations. But the other company and model that we get the most questions about is Amazon. If you aren't aware, Amazon does have a similar contractor model to FedEx. It's a business that you can purchase, own, operate, and build equity in. But there are some really important differences and pros and cons of each model, so I wanted to lay those out at a high level today. There are a lot of similarities between Amazon and FedEx. You're a contractor receiving packages from an Amazon terminal. The contracted area does look different though. With FedEx, you have exclusive rights to a set of zip codes. For Amazon, you have operating rights in a general market. You'd service an area like South Nashville or North Nashville that isn't specifically tied to zip codes. So there are significant daily and weekly fluctuations in volume based on what Amazon needs from you. Amazon does make the decision around how many routes to dispatch as well, so they're going to do all the optimizing in their systems and just let you know how many employees to provide. And so to account for that, you will need to staff a greater number of employees so that you can flex up as Amazon fluctuates the volume allotment. The contract renews each year, assuming that you've maintained your contractual requirements. Additionally, you're paid a monthly base rate, along with a calculation done by Amazon that's called the hourly base rate, and it's tied to the number of routes you dispatch and the number of hours worked. The biggest additional consideration here is that you're graded on a variety of factors leading to your ranking in the system. So if you're in the two highest categories, Fantastic or Fantastic Plus, you get an additional bonus every week that can lead to significant boosts to your margin. You'll also see multi-wave dispatches with Amazon. You'll have waves of dispatch that go out in the morning or later on in the afternoon, and that's why you get Amazon deliveries at night to your house. It's from those routes that don't start until noon or later. Another of the key differences is that you're going to have to secure your own operating authority and get your own DOT number. It's very different from FedEx, where we operate under the FedEx DOT number. The biggest implication there is that safety violations apply to your DOT record, and insurance becomes a much bigger cost center to maintain profitability. You're also driving a truck that's branded with one of the biggest companies in the country, so whenever there's an accident, you can become a target of lawsuits from those that are trying to go after Amazon, even though it's really you who are at risk. One of the last big things to know about Amazon is what is expected of you as an owner and your ability to scale and grow. Amazon really wants you to be on-site and involved in the business to a much greater extent than FedEx. With that, they're also hesitant about allowing you to operate at more than one location in the Amazon network. Where FedEx lets you operate at as many terminals as you want, Amazon is only allowing contractors to expand to 1 or 2 locations right now. We'll see how that develops over time as Amazon begins to loosen some of those restrictions. So there are very important differences between the two, but at the same time, you can utilize a lot of the same resources to service both. You can share employees, there are ways to use the same vehicles for both, you can even use the same managers and back office staff. There are a ton of synergies to operating both Amazon and FedEx together. I know plenty of contractors who started with FedEx and added Amazon to their portfolio, or vice versa. I will always say that you should diversify outside of a single customer, and it's always worth partnering with and betting on one of the largest vendors in the e-commerce space. If you're still working on taking that first step into either Amazon or FedEx, reach out to our team, and we can help you evaluate the opportunities you're considering to enable you to successfully enter the logistics industry.